First time ever, I'm making a chicken broth ramen from scratch. Now, the noodles, I'm actually using one of our friend's noodles. Tiffy Cooks sent some Kaidong noodles, and I thought I'd make a chicken broth from scratch for the noodles for ramen tonight. So I'm gonna start with a whole thing of chicken. Now, normally when I make chicken soup, I put this whole thing in the pot just like this, but I want to sear the outside. So I'm gonna break this down into about 5 different sections, and then I'm gonna sear the outside, and then I'm gonna cook it in the water to create the soup stock with some minimal ingredients, and then just get the soup going right now because it's gonna take at least an hour. So let me break this down and then get started on this chicken ramen soup stock. I've been doing a lot of soup stocks lately, especially with these whole chickens that I get from Costco, because it is way more affordable to cook with a whole chicken versus a chicken that's already broken down. Gotta drain all the juices out. Inside this chicken, there's a little package. This is the innards. I am going to be adding that. I'm gonna put it on the plate for right now. Goodness in that I personally wanna add more for the nutrients versus the flavor, though I think it probably does add a little bit of flavor. I'm not gonna be precise here with my cuts. I'm just trying to remove both thighs, both wings, the breast completely separate from those parts, so it's easier for me to sear. Now I am going to be using this pot right here. First thigh, done. Second thigh. First wing, second wing. That's all I'm doing. I'm gonna leave this just whole. This is the breast and the rest of the carcass. So this is my biggest pot that I have right now. But the reason I'm using this is because it's got a really thick bottom, and I wanna sear the chicken and get a little bit of caramelization going. So I'm gonna go ahead and turn up the heat. Right, so I'm just gonna be using avocado oil. Lately I've been using avocado oil for my recipes. All I'm doing is searing each side for a hot second, not very long. All right, so I'm on the second searing of the side. By no means am I trying to cook this. I just want to get that browning like you see on this. See that? That's all I'm trying to get. Some extra flavor from the caramelization. I'm just kind of improvising, by the way. I've never seen any recipe do this, but I figured it would add another level of flavor. After this is done, I'm gonna remove it, then cook the rest of the chicken, then put the onions, garlic in there, add the rest of the pieces back in here, top it with water, and then I will start boiling this for the next 30 to 40 minutes. I'm going to put the innards here right in. I'm basically done cooking the chicken. Just gonna sear these parts for a hot second. Not very long though. Add all the chicken back in. So now all the chicken's back in there, and now I'm gonna pour the water in. All I'm gonna do is get the water up to the top part of the chicken. I'm gonna get this up to a boil while I'll prepare the aromatics. First, onion. I'm just gonna do 1 onion here. Cut this into quarters. I will remove the outside layer. When I'm adding these onions and the ginger and the garlic, I'm not gonna save these pieces. This is just to flavor the chicken stock. I'm gonna go ahead and throw these in to the pot right now. Next, ginger. Simple. Slice off the outside edge. Little goes a long way. I did wash the outside of this, so even if I get pieces on there still, that's okay. I'm gonna cut this up into about 4 slices and go ahead and add that as well. Garlic, just gonna smash these, cloves, and then put them into the pot. Add this too. So I will be seasoning the water, which is already starting to barely bubble up. I'm gonna eyeball it, but I'm gonna put soy sauce in first. And then I'm gonna add some salt. Obviously, there is salt in the soy sauce, but I don't want too heavy of a soy sauce flavor. This is gonna help to season the meat as it's cooking because I am going to pull the meat out and then save it for when I actually plate the ramen right before dinner. I'm gonna go ahead and stir it just a little bit. Get all those ingredients kind of incorporated. Cover this, let it cook for 40 minutes. I will be checking on the soup, skimming the top, and then temping the chicken periodically because I don't want to overcook the chicken. By the way, I mentioned this earlier, but this is my first time making this. By no means is this vlog supposed to teach you how to cook chicken ramen or even like a chicken soup. I'm doing this for the first time. Even before, when I used to teach recipes, I would learn the recipe, I would master it to a certain degree, and then I would even watch other people's videos and then come up with the recipe I taught you. In this case, I'm almost vlogging me relearning or just learning in general different recipes because ever since I started vlogging on this food channel again, it's been inspiring for me to just learn new dishes and cook different recipes. So I just want to say that because I don't want people to think, oh, like Benji is teaching me how to do this. I would highly suggest, if you're inspired to cook these, totally watch other recipe videos. That's the power of YouTube because obviously I'm not the only one doing videos like this. And that's how I learn. I literally just watch YouTube videos and I watch a lot of them. I pick up some things here, pick up some things there, then take my own knowledge and experience and then I combine it. And even this is kind of a unique recipe because I've never seen anybody sear the chicken. So it's a fun part of cooking. You do it your own way and there's really no rules. You could just follow other people's direction, but kind of do your own thing too. Improvise. Oh my gosh, I can smell the ginger. It's really coming through. Oh yes. There we go. I mean, it just smells good enough to eat and drink right now. But I'm not going to. One thing I am going to add is this. This is dried kelp. This adds a lot of flavor. Smells a little salty. It's like the sea. Basically, you're putting a little bit of the sea into your soup. This is going to add a lot of umami and it's going to add a little bit of texture as well. So obviously, in addition, some salt. So I'm just going to go ahead and throw that in there. Tuck it in there like that. You don't want to put too much. I did learn this on another YouTube video, that if you add too much of that, it could actually turn your soup a little gelatinous. I'm just checking on it. Right now, I don't see anything that I want to skim, but eventually there's probably going to be some things that I want to remove off the top. But for right now, I'm just going to cover it again and let it continue to cook. One reason I'm cooking ramen is because I was just sent a package from Kaidong, which is right now my current favorite noodles. I ate all my last supply. Got the sun-dried hand-cut noodles. I might use that one. And then we've got the QQQ noodles. I don't know which one I should use. Maybe I'll actually ask Tiffy. This is Tiffy Cook's noodle brand. And then actually the thing that I needed the most, her cooking oils right here. Bam! Right here. The golden shallot oil. This is what I want. I'll be using both of these as a flavor enhancer for the soup, for the ramen. But yeah, I don't know. Which one should I use? People that are familiar with these type of noodles, the hand-cut noodles or the QQ noodles, let me know. By the way, not sponsored. Thank you so much for sending me the noodles. We love them. We ate the last batch super quick. So I'm gonna run out quick. I'll probably buy it. I'll put the link down below in the description because I definitely think this is one of the best noodles out there right now. All right, we're about 30 minutes in. That's pretty hot. Oh, there we go. All right, so what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna remove the chicken breast. I'm gonna temp it. I'm pretty darn sure it is done. I don't wanna overcook that, and then I'll let the rest cook, and then once the chicken breast is removed off the carcass, I'll put that back in so it continues flavoring and adding goodness to the soup. Perfect. There we go. Gonna put this back in. It's gonna continue cooking. Cover it. It's got about 10 more minutes. Chicken stock done. Got water boiling for the noodles. Got water boiling for the 2 eggs that I have left. I didn't know I ran out of eggs. I'm about to remove all the meat from the pot and then strain it in this pot and then just have the broth ready. Toppings all right here. I love cilantro in my ramen. Of course, green onions. I might do a special sauce with the ginger and the garlic. And of course, I've got my chili oil, the shallot oil, the scallion sauce. And yeah, we're gonna have dinner here in a second. Got the chicken breast right here. It's just been chilling. So I've had it on a low simmer. No one needs all this junk at the top. It's not gonna do anything for the flavor. It's just gonna make the broth look a little muddy. Okay, so this thing is falling apart. The main carcass. There might be some meat in there. Whoa, dang, this expanded. I'm gonna take out the chicken thighs out. I'll definitely have some meat on there. I will just let this rest because it's so hot. Oh yeah, that looks amazing. All the other parts, like the liver, I will not use. So I'm gonna just dump it out. So I'm gonna go ahead and strain this in the sink and then start getting everything else prepared. Oh, that smells so good. And all this I'll just toss out. And then what's left is that broth down there. Set a timer for 4 minutes and 45 seconds. All right, so the noodles are boiling and they only have a couple minutes left. I'm going to experiment with Kira's bowl first. It'll still be good, but what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna first heat up this bowl. So, yes, I will give you half of the perfect egg. So what I do is I warm up the bowl. This is not my normal method, but I'm just going with it for today. I'm just gonna heat it up for a hot second, then add it back in. And then so I've got the soup or the soup stock over here, and it's ready to go and it's very hot. But what I do is I add the shallot and the scallion sauce into the bowl first. Not a lot, but this is gonna give you that ultimate umami. This is a little bit sweet. Just a little bit, not too much. I'm gonna do 2 scoops of that. Do bears eat honey? I think so. There we go. So my method here is to add the soup stock right in there, just like that. And take a clean spoon and mix it, mix it, mix it. All right, let me try this. That's very good actually. All right, so Kira says it's good, and the noodles are just about done. One little trick is just a little bit of the water. I'm gonna put this right in there. I'm gonna put it right in. Whoo, whoo. There we go. Kira loves her egg, so she gets a whole one. Put that in there. Got a little bit of green onion, and then a little bit of cilantro. Just a little bit. You know, typically in Japan, I don't think they use cilantro, but I like how it brightens up the flavor. It really does. Onions brightens up the flavor. Yeah, it's true. Spicy. And then I'm gonna add a little chicken. You want the dark meat or the white meat? The white meat. There we go. The white meat is so yummy. fact, I've seen other people shred their chicken. You're gonna be my first taste tester, okay?
Yay. It's hot.
Yeah, blow on it. That's really good. Next, I'm gonna make mommy's, but I'm gonna make mommy's spicy.
Covered in drawings. The window. No.
What's gonna happen, JV?
This is like when you pick a penny. Some like plastic ones, but they get.
It is. Cookies if you're good. This. You know, see how.
On a scale of 1 to 10, how was that?
3, 2.
I'll take the 10.
I'm kidding. 3.
As she's slurping it down.
No, you making us. No, we were slurping it.
You like ramen? This is ramen. Did you try the soup? Drink the soup.
I'm sorry.
Go ahead. Is it good?
It is freaking amazing. Yeah.
Is it too spicy?
That soup, no, it's perfect.